don't want to pick it.
I respect that. Like, sometimes you just have to acknowledge the other team understands the hero better than you do.
Yeah.
It's not
That
a
is-
time to showcase, so you just have to eat it and ban it.
5 seconds.
Yeah, we saw
remaining.
Liquid do the same thing yesterday against Tundra, I believe it was, where they just didn't know what to do to deal with one of their picks, and they just gave up. They're like, we'll just ban it this game. Don't know what to do.
I like how Amar just performs like insanely well under the pressure. Like today is like the most pressure they can get, right? They're like, if they keep wanna, having this hope for the TI, like this is like elimination matches. It's like this is where it gets serious right now. You make mistake, you're out.
Yeah.
And he's been like performing super well, and especially like even yesterday, he was like playing Broodmother. Even though it was like a horrible Broodmother game, he was just still like outstandingly performing that game.
As the youngest player in the tournament as well.
10
He is?
seconds
18?
remaining.
I feel like straight up, for better or for worse, this guy just doesn't give a
5
shit.
seconds remaining.
Like, you feel it in his pubs, you feel it in his games. Like,
He cares about one thing:
It also
What is
thinks-
that?
owning.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
saying like he's just vibing. I feel like this guy's in his own universe. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying he doesn't care about winning. He's not trying. I'm saying like there's no extraneous thoughts going on in his head. He's just playing the Dota hero, and that is something to be valued, and it's honestly very difficult to achieve. So I wonder, how did he achieve this Zen at age 18? It doesn't really seem like Zen when you're in a pub with him, but to some extent, being able to just pick whatever and trust yourself to vibe on it, whether or not you're in a Monkey King off lane, a Slark off lane, I definitely respect that.
Having that confidence, for sure.
To me, it seems like from the outside, he has like a lot of testosterone going on for him. You know what I'm saying? And he has like this amount of confidence that, not a lot of other players have the same way he does.
I agree.
It allows him to play the way he does on the edge, and on never really, very rarely falling on the other side of the edge, that is.
I mean, he does have a history of, like getting somewhat blamed for only having a very small hero pool, right? But I guess the way he tackled that issue is, if I still want to play the heroes I want to play, then I guess I'll be super
10
confident.
seconds
Doesn't matter what
remaining.
matchup I have to deal with, doesn't matter what kind of draft I have to play it in, I'll
5
just do well.
seconds
I
remaining.
think that's not a bad approach at all, and if you achieve it, then great, you did it. But otherwise, it's kind of like what other people usually do. Oh, I guess I have to learn a new hero now. But he didn't learn a new hero, he played Brute, and
He kind of did.
yeah.
A few heroes he had it. Like from his time in Enigma, he learned how to play Slark carry, and he translated that knowledge into his offlane right now. And on top of that, he learned how to play Broodmother, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
10
Also, he
seconds
wasn't playing
remaining.
Doom as much before, right?
He was not. He definitely learned that like
Yeah.
5 months ago.
So
Because
So there's like 3 new heroes on top of his usual hero.
I mean, I don't doubt in like 2 or 3 years from now that he's going to be a very well-rounded player. A lot of these pro players, the reason why they have such in-depth hero pools is I've learned that the way they approach the game is that there's always going to be 3 or 4 heroes that are really strong in your role in a given patch, and they just spam those heroes. Like they're like, this is the meta. We have to play these heroes if
10
we want to win
seconds
these games. So you give that 5 years.
Yeah.
That's 20 different metas. Suddenly,
5 seconds
your hero pool is very
remaining.
vast, and you can kind of just call upon your previous
Radiant
knowledge. It's like,
team
yes,
back.
heroes get patched, buffed, nerfed, but at the end of the day, a good Primal Beast game is a good Primal Beast game, right?
Yeah.
To me, he's very similar to Queen we talked about, right? Where they choose like their specific pool of heroes, and they improve not like in terms of these heroes, but in terms of like overall general mechanics of the game, and that's what makes them so
10
good and so
seconds
stable
remaining.
in my view.
And that's what makes Psg.Lgd ban
5
out
seconds
all the
remaining.
offlaners. I mean, you kind of at this point you have to have a pool of 7 heroes.
Wait. Why did they ban Queen we talked about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's not
Where
an
they
MMR
choose
hero.
like their specific pool of
We're-
heroes,
we're still
and
worried about
they
it.
improve
That's
not
kind of,
like in terms of
Primal
these heroes,
Beast
but in
an
terms
MMR
of
hero?
like overall general mechanics.
Oh,
of
no,
the
that's
game.
for the mid laner.
And that's
for
what
That's
makes
for
them
new.
so
Yeah.
good and so
Does he
stable
play Beast
in my
Master?
view.
Do
Do
they
they
And
know
that's what
something we
makes
don't know?
Psg.Lgd
Maybe.
ban out
15 seconds.
all
Maybe.
the
I mean,
offlaners.
Beastmaster
I
is very
mean,
good against Naga. Don't
you
get me
kinda
wrong,
at this
but,
point, you have to have
I feel like this Quest Esports team, they're not gonna go for that.
At some point, I almost think you have to call their bluff on LGD and just say, like, we don't think you can actually play these heroes. We'll just ban what you normally play.
maybe call their bluff at not a potential elimination game. You know, you can do that in the first game of a series, but not in.
I feel like they didn't call their bluff at all game 1 in the sense that, like, I liked LGD's draft when I saw
10
it, but
seconds remaining.
Quest Esports picked exactly what they've been picking.
That's
the
true.
entire tournament, so they kind of just let them have it.
What if they're just thinking, okay, supports, I need you to win the lanes, I need you to play annoying supports. What heroes do you not want to see? Okay, Beastmaster then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the thing is Amar is infinitely more likely to play Doom. You just mentioned Doom like a minute ago, Rezo. So they go for the Visage against the Morph, something we've been seeing a lot of. I mean, Morphling doesn't deal well with a lot of shit on the ground. Like, he doesn't deal with the Pugna Ward, the Naga illusions, the Visage birds. So I would love to see Quest address that. Like, I would even be fine with Pango again. I would like that a lot.
I'm not a big fan of Spirit Breaker pick just because it's a free morph into morphling, and if you don't skill Bulldoze, the hero is not the same.
Just don't skill Bulldoze.
Which you don't, which you do have to, you know, not skill because morphling getting that Spirit Breaker morph is actually gonna be super powerful. But I'd rather prefer like something that Liquid did today earlier when they picked Visage and Tiny against morphling, and it looked very solid against the morph overall.
I think they can't even like fight this silencer in the lane. I don't think they will be able to touch this morphing. It's just the silencer is gonna stop their advance.
What's the idea behind this Mirana? They have no setup for Arrow thus far. She's not the best against summons. Like, Starstorm is, in theory, an AoE nuke, but you can't really go that close in a game like this. Maybe to kill the Pugna Ward?
Kill the Pugna Ward, maybe build some Euls against the Spirit Breaker.
Some utility out of... Oh yeah, the Euls. You do want a natural Euls builder.
Yeah.
Maybe... I guess if they pick a mid laner that they can rotate to, Mirana will have a purpose in the game. She doesn't mind stacking in the early game too, but they don't really have like the best stack takers.
LGD has to ban the Ember.
They ban the Pango themselves.
Yeah, I think they have to ban the Ember.
Yeah, otherwise you got the nice Ember Mirana combo.
Yeah, and also like it's a very good game for the Ember.
Unless they want to pick the Ember themselves. Because they get picked out of the ban phase as Quest has overall last.
Yeah, they could do that.
5 seconds.
I think
nice
LGD would probably prefer that approach. Feels like there's very few top tier mids right now. In terms of hero pools. I wouldn't mind seeing Noob on like a off-meta hero this game. I know he likes to build his Atos rushing mids.
What is that? Is it Tiny? He still has Snap.
I was thinking something like lane dominator that creates a lot of pressure. Something like a DP.
10 seconds
Like we saw Liquid do that earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure they're gonna go for Snap just because they have no setup from the supports. They have like no stuns right now. Only Doom with a blink will do it.
Tinker.
Oh, the Tinker ban.
The respect ban.
And instant Wind Ranger pick. We've seen Wind Ranger quite a few times in the last 2 days on the mid lane.
Yeah, we saw Kiyotaka own with it yesterday.
Yeah, I did not own with it today.
It's definitely a hit or miss hero. Very polarizing in regards to the impact that she has. It's very similar to Slark last game, where you either occupy a certain part of the map and just nobody can kill you because of win run, and then you just solo kill anybody who comes into your wake. But on the other hand, if you fall behind where your damage is lacking, they're no longer afraid of you. So maybe they can't kill you, but you're just kind of stuck running to your base all the time.
I was wrong, by the way. He did own on it this morning. It was the only game that they won.
Oh,
My bad. All right, so what lanes well against Mirana that we would like to see Noob play?
against the Wind Ranger?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Fine.
Yes. Ladies, you know, with... Yeah.
I got you. Bow and arrow ladies.
Bow and arrow ladies.
I mean, in general, any hero that has this... Okay, melee hero is kind of okay, but not in a way against the current Wind Ranger, because she is universal hero and she can buy sets, but...
I'd love to see DK here.
Yeah, the thing is,
West.
you want to contest the CS. If you're a range hero, you almost always lose to Wind Ranger because her attack form is really, really
Yeah,
weak.
Tiny.
There we go.
You wanted the Tiny.
Yeah, I love this Quest Esport lineup. I think it's a free Morph game. I think it's a free Doom game. I'm not a big fan of Mirana support, but it's their, preferred zone, I would say.
The only setup they have right now is like the Tundra Classic. Tundra used to do it with their supports, but you have the Avalanche toss straight up in the air for the arrow. It is decent setup because it is a lot of burst if you manage to land it.
The only thing that's going for LGD lineup is that they have a lot of vision mechanics. They have like burst, they have Naga Illusions. Is going to be like super easy to take good, favorable fights against Quest Esports.
Maybe.
And the Quest, in order to push the lanes, they have to show actual heroes to do that. So maybe because of that, LGD will have a better you know, mid-game.
Is this not like a similar recipe to Liquid versus, or not Liquid, excuse me. This was Gaming Gladiators versus Quest yesterday, where they had the Brood, the Terrorblade, and
Yes,
Quest
yes,
just
very
couldn't really
similar.
make their moves. So just based on that game, I think this looks a lot better than game one. I mean, that's not much to say there, but
And the lanes are also stronger for LGD this time around. So it might be 1-1.
It might be 1-1.
It might be 1-1. Very likely it's going to be
Alright.
1-1.
So it's about Psg.Lgd getting ahead on the lanes. Or should it just not lose the lane?
I think if the lanes go even,
Just even,
it's
yeah.
easier for LGD to play the map than it
Okay.
is for Quest.
That should be manageable. Aurora, you agree?
I mean, the Mirana has the other thing that I think is really, really useful here. You mentioned about the vision game. I think she has this Moonlight and she allows her teammate to just pick a fight where it's advantageous for them because they don't have the better CC, right? But if you have Moonlight, you can kind of like notice where the heroes are and you want to just kill them off and then reset and they're like one hero down because you have a Doom, you have a Tiny. So it's not that, I would say, not that sad for Quest, but yeah, the lanes definitely look stronger on LGD side.
Okay, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen here in game number 2. It's time to head over to ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game 2 here between Quest Esports and Psg.Lgd. Fogged.
Yo.
Question is, at the end of the day, is Psg.Lgd going to be able to make this one last a bit longer? Because
Yes.
that game 1 was rough.
Yes, this will last longer. There's no way that this one can be faster than that one. This one's going to be a bit more greed, I would say, from both of the sides. Amar's not playing one of these super bullying offlaners. It's a bit of a different style, a little bit more farm, so should have a little bit of a closer one, should have a little bit more of a slowdown. LGD, they should be able to actually get to play their draft.
Yeah, I mean, and because overall, do you prefer Psg.Lgd's draft in this match, or do you still kind of like what Quest Esports got away with?
I mean, Quest, they're just magicians of playing like some of these certain matchups and stuff like that, but LGD does have some good stuff going for them there. My worry is the thing of like Rezo, what he was talking about, just this Morphling's game versus the Spirit Breaker, because he can just get this bulldoze constantly, but this lane is tough. Definitely gonna see LGD have a bit more success. Yeah, he'll have to pop that attribute shift right away. Very early aggression, so Psg.Lgd trying to make a little bit more of a statement here. They have this Visage to actually slow down this Morphling. I mean, TA2000 had the freest game ever last game, so
Or Corey.
this one should be a lot stronger for LGD in the early game.
See if they can try for this kill instead. Where's the bashes? I don't even need it. They don't.
Got it.
All right, clicks alone. Planet will find first blood.
Oh, and look at this approach, and instantly taking out the range creep. Okay,
Okay, try and get that creep wave pushed in under the tower.
cool. Yeah, should be an infinitely better time here for Psg.Lgd. Stronger lanes and ways to actually play early. There always can be this difficulty, you know, the anti-mage, when you do open it in the first two and make it your carry, teams can identify and just shut it down. We saw Quest do exactly that. Let's see how bottom goes. I haven't seen the Spirit Breaker Visage approach versus the Morphling, but the Visage overall we've seen has excellent success versus it. Spirit Breaker, though, is not the same kind of monster as like a Tiny, where he easily just gives you the soul assumption stacks every single time. Takes a little bit more time.
Sorry.
I'm wondering how this mid matchup is going to go, too. It doesn't feel like the absolute easiest for a Tiny.
No, you are going to get sort of just constantly clicked here by nothing to say.
You have zero armor. And the first two waves, very nicely set up here for nothing to say. He's got double range creep to put some extra harass onto Noob. Been able to secure some denies. He body blocks him, so prevents Noob from actually getting a last hit in the mid lane.
And we did, you know, his last game, all things considered, nothing to say. He was trying his hardest.
Yeah.
He played the first few minutes that kind of lasted in the game decently, right? He got his items, he got his timings. It was just way too much for him to do anything about.
He was dealt a crappy hand. You know, there's only so much that he could do with it. So far, TA2000, not really feeling that. Hey, he actually, looks like they pulled the lane kind of behind Kaori. Yes, he's going to die for this because he steps up too far, but TA2000 is getting these last hits, so 8 and 4 on him. Kaori will be the sacrifice. Probably going to see the same build out of these Visage that we've seen popularized. New's actually he's actually changing it a little bit. He's going to go for some early Wraith Bands, but every game I think I've seen it's just like Wand into Wraith Band, or Wand into Solar Crest. Surprised that he didn't go the Wand though. This lane definitely spams spells onto you. You want to be able to keep that soul assumption going.
So up on the top lane, will we see Amar and Amar be able to put pressure onto Shira, or is
I don't
Shira
think
kind of cool against these two?
He should be fine. I think the Mirana pick is the little bit of the weird one for me. I mean, Omar, he's really good on, like, his 4 position is excellent, but the Mirana overall, not really the easiest hero to apply pressure versus a Pugna. Club just outtrades you pretty easily. It does feel like Shiro. Shiro, nothing to say, gonna have a really, really good time, but T2000 is actually just not gonna slow down here. This man, he's definitely a master classer of the Morphling. He's gonna have some pretty good targets to shift into as the game progresses. Spirit Breaker, Wind Ranger, Naga Siren, all very, very nice targets.
This bow shoots so quick.
Mid lane. It's pretty close, really.
Yeah, actually pretty close.
Noob's doing perfectly fine.
First few waves were a little bit funky because Nothing to Say got that bit of an advantage onto him, but yeah, now he's able to stand his own. But not like he's gonna ever pressure Nothing to Say until not in the laning phase at least. Of course, in the game, Tiny does have a good matchup to be able to burst this Wind Ranger potentially. The laning phase, Nothing to Say should just free farm.
Yeah, what do you imagine the build will be for Amar this game? Is it going to be sort of like Vanguard still going for the Midas or something else for Amar?
I would imagine so, yeah. I think he's probably still gonna do his own typical. I don't think this is an Aura, man. I don't know. Never really feels like it's an Amara kind of thing. He's got the playmaker from the mid lane too, right? So I think he ideally is gonna go greedy. Because Noob, he's gonna just go for Blink Dagger and then just constantly run around the map. Noob will be able to get himself the top rune. Nice toss back.
I mean, bottom lane, Neo's starting to sort of get bullied back by Kaori here.
I gotta be honest with you.
He's not really getting any sort of chance of looking at the wave.
I'm a little weirded out that he didn't go for Wand. He's just getting spammed. The Wand stacks, they've helped quite a lot here, so. A little bit different approach here coming out from Neo, but definitely seeing TA2000 thriving off of it. Literally free farming, 24-10.
No slowdown at all.
No. He's got raindrop now too already, so the first 3 minutes actually are usually the toughest for a Morphling versus the Visage kind of lanes. He's been able to do excellent, and they might actually go for a kill here, Neo.
I mean, they're just trading damage so efficiently in this bottom lane. It's too much for really Planet and Neo to deal with. They're being kept incredibly low.
Maybe it is the effect of also just the Spirit Breaker compared to being that big explosive Tiny kind of thing in the lanes, but yeah, I think I actually don't even know how many spells they span down here, but I'm sure he'd have at least 10 stick charges on this Visage.
Has he got any regen coming out? He's just down to the last tango or two here.
But this is a lane that's supposed to put pressure onto the Morphling, and he's just not.
It's not, yeah. 28 and 14, tier 2000. It's as if there's no heroes against him in this lane almost. He's getting everything he wants.
Nothing to say, Shiro, though, are absolutely free farming in those other 2 lanes, so I guess it's just going to happen. Just a little bit of a sack here for them. Planet will get a courier.
However, we'll do indeed have that bit of a gold lead this time around. Psg.Lgd 5 minutes in.
How many of the bounties? I think they got both of the 3-minute bounty runes, right? Yeah. Planet and Why You Smile got those as well, too, so. Those do add up in the early game. Early rotation coming down. Why You Smile. Feeling like he has no purpose up top anymore versus his Vanguard Doom, so maybe trying to apply some pressure on the Morph. Neo!
They're just going to get aggressive onto Neo, and they'll be able to get him.
He is dead.
Corey should go down in return, but getting this action that TA2000 is able to be favorably involved in.
I feel like that should not happen.
They have two supports around as well. Right? Why You Smile made the effort to come down here, drops the ward behind the tower, but he's not able to get back across and do anything to save Neo from going down.
I mean, a Morphling who's just free farming and then he just gets experience from a kill here. Kaori does get the last hit, but now it's there's no pressure that's coming onto TA2000 in this laning phase.
Yeah, no, this is definitely one of the rougher sort of laning phases that we've seen Neo have.
Yep.
Just not able to do what you want a Visage to do.
Why is he not going? I really don't get why he's not going to Wand. Oh well, I might have to look away from it because it's going to get me a little upset. But I think every Visage I've seen, it's Wand, triple branch into Crown, and you just go for stats. A different approach. And I don't feel like it's paying off for him.
I see Planet. He's trying to see if he can get away with the 7-minute Wisdom Rune steal.
Oh, the neutral creep is hitting him. Omar, does he see it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to have to charge Planet, so we'll manage to secure the Wisdom Rune.
Kaori looks like he has stepped up to try to steal it. Might pay with his life.
Noob, he is heading over to this area, but won't quite be able to get behind any of them here with this. This by the looks of it, unless they do themselves try and make a move with TA2000. Yeah, okay, they'll know now.
Could just linger around here, though. I mean, New has stepped up.
I knew he's...
New?
They saw the tiny, right?
I don't know if he did. I think he may have
On
been
the
on
edge
the
of
side. I
placement.
didn't get to see. I toggled a little bit too late.
Okay.
But New, he'll be able to.
They'll know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, New. He's into the trees. They're really putting... Look, I mean, you've got Planet and Nothing to Say coming down to this bottom lane. They want to do something about the ball. They're going to hold back on the charge. They don't feel they can get in underneath the tier 1 tower. I mean, sort of similar to some of the movements early in the last game from Psg.Lgd. A lot of resources, 4 heroes heading somewhere, but not getting anything done.
Noob. Maybe having the setup. They have the arrow, the combo.
They've got the full combo. Is
it enough?
Not quite. Nothing to say. He'll be able to head off, and Power Rune is up top.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah, nothing to say. He's not going to risk going for it, actually. He's worried about what else could be there. So Noob, he's still going to be able to walk up and grab it for himself. It's a big one, the Haste Rune.
It's like the best rune I feel like you can find on Tiny's. This and DD pretty much in the early game. I mean, those three are always the best. DD, Haste, Arcane runes. But this one I really like on Tiny because you can set up on these lanes. And Amar, he's free farming in the top lane. No pressure on a Morphling. Shiro is free farming.
Yes, the Naga's having a good game.
Yeah.
So potential here for Shiro as opposed to what happened last game. Noob. He's going to get in with the setup. They have the full combo here. Nothing to say. He's going to be going down surely.
He just came back.
And he's back out.
Ooh. That's a big kill. I might be able to get another one too, Noob. Has another avalanche in a second.
He's got the tree back up. He's got enough damage to take down Planet. He wants to keep pushing in under the tower. Will get bashed.
Can't quite persist.
So he'll head back to the creep wave, head back to the pressure he's putting onto this tier 1.
Amar, Shiro has to stop sending illusions into the top lane.
Oh,
I think
give
Amar's
more gold to him.
He's just farming them. I think I didn't see how many it was now, but I think I just saw at least 6 to 9 of them just get cleared out from Scorched Earth. Definitely don't feed those over to Amar. How many was it? What's our number there? Yeah, it's quite a bit. So 6 in those last few minutes. It's not the most of a gold, but yeah, either way, it's like you want to be using these to farm, not to do nothing. If you're just feeding your illusions off cooldown, you're not going to be able to get that accelerated net worth that you want versus a Morphling. And again, look at mid.
Nothing to say. He steps up, he gets caught in the avalanche. The toss is there to follow up as well as the arrow. He's going to tick down low to the curse.
He should be fine.
Still, he's going to have to probably take a
back
trip back
again?
to base again. Yeah.
He just got back out here. Oh boy.
Having the supports hang around like this, Omar and Kaori, it's causing issues for Nothing to Say. He was having a pretty good start, pretty good lane against Noob, but starting to slow down a bit with this pressure that they're putting on mid.
This is just really big brain stuff, really, from Quest. They're just like the only person who can actually pressure the lanes, and anybody at this point is Nothing to Say. So
It should get Kaori here.
Should get it.
Straight in with the focus fire. We'll be able to get a bit of revenge for the pressure the supports of Quest Esports have been applying to him mid.
But Owen, those 5 kills, it's all on Kaori. So that doesn't feel that
We've
great.
seen that story
We've seen
before
this
with Quest, right?
Yeah, he's good at dying. He's good at making the space for his cores to get these absolute free side lanes. And it is those free side lanes right now. TA2000 in the Doom cruising. Kaori puts himself down bottom to protect. They might even be able to get Planet.
They go straight for him. Easy damage.
And the birds.
Tier 2000 is perfectly fine.
He just summoned these.
Are they going to be able to farm them? No, Tier 2000 doesn't try.
Thought he might. Max waveform. Cool. That's some insane burst damage.
I mean, we saw how I think Planet was kind of caught by surprise how quickly he went down on the Spirit Breaker.
I like to see the difference of what players do, because sometimes it's like a 0-4-2 build or something like that. So prioritizing putting more points in waveform for just magical burst, because I guess he can get involved a little bit early to get some kills too. Like he can even threaten like the Wind Ranger and the Naga early on if he does see an opportunity. Hey, they're farming. They're absolutely free farming on Quest. Shiro's still farming, but I feel like it doesn't feel great if it's just him. Versus this multi-core scaling lineup that Quest to set themselves up. Noob has Blink Dagger. I feel like for Quest, they're going to accelerate things here while they have this Morphling free farming.
Yeah, they've got great heroes to hunt with. Even if it is just Noob and Omar.
Kaori again.
Best heroes.
He'll be the one to tank it. 6 deaths. And they will be able to get a tower off of this.
Mid-tier 1 in club. Planet's going to hang around to put the fortification, see if they want to bring anyone over to try and hold this tower. So against the push of the Tiny and the Mirana might be something that they don't want to sign up for right now, Psg.Lgd, especially as Noob indeed will be ready to jump.
They're going to try to set up on top. They're going to need probably the 4th hero. Yeah, they're getting the charge coming in. Shut down Amar. Their rotations.
But the net to set things up. TPs are going to be coming in immediately, but Amar completely surrounded.
Not tanky enough.
Not a chance for him there. They get themselves, outside of the core. He kills finally a big core kill here for Psg.Lgd.
I think his Midas is up too. So I know you always like to see that.
Feels bad, yeah. 20 seconds of inefficiency.
It was honestly like the bash comes into play massively there. There could be maybe a situation where he stick Lotuses and then it hurricanes himself and see some kind of weird stuff. Probably still dies, but maybe they get some type of trade. So gotta love these bashes.
Down on the bottom half of the map now, nothing to say. He's got Neo and Why You Smile with him.
Okay.
Quest.
Noob has his blink dagger, so he's gonna look to strike down here. They have a ward set up.
Yeah, they
as
see
well.
all of this.
Oh, this could be a trap.
Can
That's
he
being
use the
set.
Moonlight?
They've set the trap on LGD.
They're not going to expect this Moonlight play down here. I mean, Neo's in trouble. The scan does hit onto Noob, so they know that Noob's swinging over. As
They're on top of
they
him.
start the action. Corey's going to put the global. See if they can burst through News up to the high ground, but they'll get him. As Noob, he might even be able to set him on a Why You Smile as well. Why You Smile's going to head into the pit, try and aggro Roche. He's looking for the denied to Roche, and gratifies himself. They'll get him as well. Noob swings over, gets the double kill.
Heads up move from Quest.
And they're going to know now they ping that ward, but even so, not a bit of a risky move to make it around this cliff.
Hey, that ward is already worth it, even if it just dies right there. You've just
yeah.
set up TA2000 and Quest. He has his Lincolns already done pretty much. He didn't have any difficulties in the lane, and now in mid game, this Lincolns is incredible. This game, playing versus Charge, you're never going to be usually set up on. Playing versus Focus Fire, Shackle, etc. Very early pickup for TA2000.
Radiant are scanning.
This does not look easy for Psg.Lgd.
Nope. A bit of a risk here to jump in for the Arcane Rune. They'll want to punish this.
Can they finish him off? NTS is kiting him.
They've got him.
That's a big kill.
Yeah, Noob's taken out, gets punished for the jump forward to grab the Arcane Rune.
That's his Atos, so nothing to say. This is exactly how they want to enable him to be able to get these aggressive plays. And they set up for a tower too here.
Radiant's middle tower
Should be
is
able to.
under
Yeah, I
attack.
think with Noob out for 15 seconds, Quest, they won't have the resources to put towards mid. TA2000 is going to want to keep farming bottom.
It's 10 seconds for the Tiny. Hug the blasts. Looks like they should be able to finish it, yeah. All right, good hit. Space being made for Shiro. But you got a TA2000 problem.
And Amar is still farming very, very decently. Only died that once. Outside of that, he's going to be okay. He's just going to try and get this Octarine as soon as he can.
They're just playing it greedy. Yeah, he pretty much has it done, right? He just needs, one more small component for it. And, he'll find a courier, looks like.
Well, I'll give him an extra bit of money, and that did
that's-
have Cornucopia on. So,
Well, he's not close to anything like that.
it wasn't
just
close.
yet, but
That's always nice to have that bit of what health and mana.
absolutely.
Yeah. And he won't get it.
Shiro is getting some very, very good farm. Quest.
I mean,
on
they
the
used
prowl.
the Moonlight, but they should be aware. I mean, this was popped while Samar was still on the wave,
Yeah.
so Shiro should be full retreat.
The ward, they see him. They see the real one.
Yeah, Shiro's... he's sticking around.
It's a little deep now, though. Omar's trying to get on top of him.
Yeah, heal song.
And they're TPing in to go for a kill here. They've got the charge on Omar.
Looks like they'll settle for just the Marauder. They won't be able to fight more, but they will be able to get something. As Omar,
Nice kill.
left behind.
Give it to NTS.
I mean, he was trying to see if he could lead in for more, maybe get some control of the familiars. Corey has been split from the rest of the team.
Ooh.
He's going to have to hide and hope that he gets away with his TP. He will. They won't
will.
have eyes on him.
Very good movements in these last 3 minutes or so from Psg.Lgd. Getting some very, very necessary.
Well, they're going to see Noob. Or,
Oh.
he's going to step and take the watch. He's going to get a bit of a nasty surprise.
Noob.
There's a lot of heroes here waiting for him.
Tried
And,
it again.
he is incredibly dead. Caught in the net, completely surrounded. Bash is coming in. Shiro tries to turn back in to take the kill, but it will end up just going the way of Neo. Still, though, a dead Tiny. It's slowing down the flow that you want to be hitting with this mid Tiny. No Noob at the moment. He's lowest at the cores.
Back-to-back deaths with his blink reveal. Is he going to pump up Shiro's mana? Yeah, I was like, Shiro's low. Come on, White. He's going to fill up his... Now going to start back up the full... And continuous push around these towers. LGD getting the ball rolling. They take these towers quick, too, with the Pugna Visage. And Noob, that's, 2 times now where he dies, and it's almost immediately that these towers do get taken out.
Yeah, it feels like very quickly this game, if Noob sort of has another move like that where he dies, it's going to be all just sort of on the side lane, the one of the three, right? Amar and TA2000 to really make the magic happen this game, because this Tiny could start to feel pretty weak if Noob suffers another misplay.
Another catch. I mean, nothing to say. I think that's like 3.
Power
Oh, raindrop.
It's going to save him.
That was real close. He was about to say, like, he's really accelerating the momentum. His Maelstrom was going to be pretty close if he was able to get that kill, too. Still lingering around the top side, too. Amar and Kaori don't want to lose this one yet.
I've got global backup. Of course, Doom is also ready to go. The Octarine, it's not going to feel too bad to throw it out.
I like how they're sticking together here, these three.
They're going to bring more numbers in. They want to try and take this fight. They will still lose the tower. Here's the familiars.
Oh, TA2000
Manus
turns
hit with
up.
the charge. See what TA2000 can do. Turn into the Spirit Breaker, go straight over towards Neo. Waveform towards Why You Smile. You'll find him hiding around the trees, he will. Take down the Pugna.
It's just one kill, though.
Neo's going to be able to back off in time, and Planet, he's away with the TP. They get the tower, they only lose the support for it, Psg.Lgd.
Great disengage. TA2, I think as soon as TA2000 turns up, you just have to get the hell out of there. And yeah, a clean disengage as Shiro. Manta Orchid's done. He can start getting involved in all these fights too with his team. There's some still really nice rotations, and I'm liking that they're sticking with those three heroes on the side of Psg.Lgd, the Pugna, the Spirit Breaker, and the Visage to continue applying pressure. And Noob shows mid. Noob
He's trying to farm this dangerous spot of the map. I mean, they're bringing in the backup.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They don't see him?
Wait, what?
They ran out. Oh no, no detection. The net ran out.
All right.
The dust in the
Oh,
backpack.
Noob is.
Planet,
Woo.
he does the face palm and the sorry because the dust was in the bags.
Well, Noob, he is, he's going to feel pretty lucky about that one, getting away from that three-hero attempt in mid. He just walks out of there. Had to keep walking, because Corey's in trouble. Noob will not want to show himself unless he feels strong with TA2000 by his side. He might try to jump back in.
He's thinking about it.
Get away from TA2000, instantly close the gap onto Planet.
They want another one.
Noob, time to jump forward, get the avalanche. Arrow won't connect. Neo.
Mars here.
And he's going to have a bit of a nasty surprise with the Doom on the high ground. Neo, he'll still go down as TA2000 cleaning up the kills. Double kill for the Morph.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Man,
under
Noob
attack.
really pushing the limits there. A third death
He
would have
gets
been
away like that. That's pretty wild.
a third death would have been pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Like he gets his blink, he gets like a timing in this.
We'll see it again
loses
here.
Everything.
I mean, you know, you can farm this dangerous spot on the map when you know you've got the backup of a Moonlight Shadow, and you know the enemy, they didn't have detection ready to pop.
And you know what actually also saves him probably? The 10% magic resist on the occult bracelet as well too. All the little things, of course, coming into play there. But yeah, no detection is definitely the bigger thing that saves him. As yeah, Planet. I don't think we'll see that one happening again.
No, they've got to be prepared.
Gotta have dust.
As we've seen, Omar, he's been good to go with the Moonlights. Setting up aggressive plays and not hesitating. I mean, if he hesitates a moment longer before pressing it in that mid situation, that would be a dead Tiny.
Glad we're gonna get to see the full. You know, it's a much more even game. We're gonna get that full clash of the Naga Siren versus the Morphling.
Yeah, very, 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 very close to being even on the farm. I think
They're like very, very close with each other. You know, only 700 apart.
the big factor is going to be that this game, you know, obviously one side quest, they have Amar on Doom and TA2000 on the Morph. These two heroes are going to scale at a very comparable pace, and on Psg.Lgd, the scaling is going to be there for Shiro, but unless Nothing to Say can keep finding kills, keep finding action, he's just not going to be able to farm nearly as quick as these other three cores. So could fall very quickly into a position where a lot of it rides on the shoulders of the Naga Siren.
I think most
Quest,
of it
they've got
is.
the resources a bit more split.
Yeah, I think most of it is. The good thing, though, I would say, is that the supports on the side of Psg.Lgd also scale quite a bit harder, right?
Okay.
Like the Spirit Breaker and the Pugna compared to... Like, Silencer's going to be great, but Mirana, it's always a little bit awkward, your itemization. You're going to go for Yules, which is great versus that Spirit Breaker and the Wind Ranger. That's actually probably the best choice for him. But yeah, the Spirit Breaker's getting quite a bit of farm. He's kind of transitioning into a mini third core with the Shadow Blade
They're
already.
going to go with a smoke. Straight towards Corey. They'll get the Avalanche to hold them back. Corey does have Global if he wants to pop it. He doesn't need to. They rely on the Moonlight Shadow to separate from Psg.Lgd.
They wanted to just get a quick one. They don't want to chase too much further. Won't be able to find it. Volgleipnir on Nothing to Say. And they have quite a bit of a timing here on Psg.Lgd. At this, I mean, Shiro getting very close to his heart. They can look to group up together.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to.
Yeah, I think so too.
That timing. Heart, Orchid, Manta. You can threaten kills, you can join fights, you can feel pretty unkillable, and you can try and get these tier 2s. Try and make some space as well to open up the map for Psg.Lgd to go for the Roshan.
Could look for that Roche really, really soon. Solar Crest plus the Visage, plus the Naga Siren. If they can control the area, looks like that's going to be the call right now for them. Accelerate it a bit. And they'll kill it very fast. Quest, imagine they're just going to split up, get that farm to continue. I mean, this is such a farm-heavy game. You can see Amar, he took the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, it's all about just getting gold and gold and gold on the side of Quest. How many philosophers did they get at least? They got 2. Alright, Psg.Lgd. Aegis on the Wind Ranger. He can actually play a little bit more frontline now at this point, too.
This is good timing for them to play up.
Very good timing.
At this stage, you know, they did the hink of the creeps. It's only going to fall less and less in their favor. We're already seeing this 2K lead for Quest Esports start to show its head. So Psg.Lgd, if they want to slam this down and make sure they continue to maintain control, they've got to push the issue now.
Yep. Got to find something big, get these towers, so Shiro gets even more of the map to control versus this Morphling. Because he's not that far ahead. He is ahead, but only 800 in comparison to the Morphling. Sometimes you do see these Nagas like 3K ahead or something like that to have that big differential, since you do farm that much faster with your illusions. So it's impressive that TA2000 is keeping it that close. Top, they're set up for Omar. Need to know that he's here. Can't get him though. Noob hasn't found too much Blue Blink either, but he has kind of stopped looking for plays and farming a bit more, and he is keeping up with nothing to say.
Radiant's
Down bottom.
tower is under attack.
Tower should just die to the familiars.
Yeah, they'll definitely want to continue to go for the tier 2s here. I mean, on the mid, Shiro's going to be bringing in the wave. Look to try and just take these towers at a point where Quest are going to be more focused on splitting themselves up on the map and having Amar and TA2000 continue to farm.
Constricting the map is really good if you're forcing them to split up like that too, because you're playing with the Spirit Breaker on Psg.Lgd, so that's where you can start to get those pickoffs. Wind Ranger, Spirit Breaker, probably 2 of the better ones at looking for pickoffs on these sides. West. Lingering in the area here. Too scared to go for Noob. TA2000, it's going to be time for him to fight in about 100 gold. So Aghanims, it's about to be there. He's got the level 18, so level 3 morph with the talent. See the clash of these two cores. What's gonna happen with it? Because Shiro, I think, almost immediately is gonna, maybe he will actually continue for the butterfly, but we'll see, because they're gonna have some Lincolns that need to be purchased versus this Doom and this Morphling. West, feel like they might smoke here.
Psg.Lgd, they're already preparing themselves.
Okay.
Radiant's middle
BKB,
tower is under
quite a bit of timings here coming out for Quest. They have multiple BKBs and this Morph Ags.
Ooh.
And TS,
They get the opening route onto TA2000, but TA2000 is able to put the Manta. Nothing to say, he'll back away.
middle tower.
Doesn't want to continue to push into this bit of a surprise that Quest Esports hit Psg.Lgd with. In fact, they just back off
run.
straight away over to their half of the map. They don't want to take this fight.
look at his damage on the Wind Ranger. He actually has 95 damage when he gets morphed. Immediately just has to run. That's with Aegis. You can see that they're like, oh my goodness, yeah, wait a minute, be careful. Post game.
One arrow, twice the punch.
Neo's going to show again in the mid.
Nice try. 20 seconds more on cooldown. DD on the Wind Ranger.
They still want to try for this push mid. Psg.Lgd. I mean,
West is in the area.
they have the Aegis, and Shiro feels strong. Noob
Toss.
is going to try for the jump. We'll get the BKB off, but nothing to say. He's in with the focus fire. They take the tiny out.
Deleted. DD rune.
The song's there. They're looking for the setup, trying to get some sort of angle. Let's see if they can focus down the squishes first. They can. Kaori's out. BKB popped by Amar. So we'll get the blink off as well. So the rest of the 3 of them will manage to escape. Maybe not. As the root's there, the silence as well. They'll get a 3rd kill out of this Psg.Lgd. Now, the
Very
push.
nice.
They can bring the wave in down the mid. Maybe see if they can do some damage here to the high ground.
I think-
Hero's dead on Quest.
I think Noob thought he was going to be quite a bit tankier there, but the DD on the Wind Ranger just rips right through him. I think Morph, still on cooldown, wasn't able to turn into and steal the stats at that moment. The push is commencing.
Radiant's middle
GD. Getting in a big timing here, and they see Amar bottom. The charge might just be able to get him too.
Yeah, they're going to go for the CPs to try and punish this. They know that Amar, BKB, it's on cooldown.
There's the focus fire again.
It's back up. It's going to be another catch here for Psg.Lgd, starting to really get into action here at this point of the game where they got their core timings. This was the time to bring the fights to Quest Esports, and we're seeing exactly why.
I mean, nothing to say. He is heavy lifting. In these last, 12 minutes or so, I feel like he just keeps getting pickoff after pickoff after pickoff with Planet. And we're seeing the itemization at Lincoln's. It's going to be done for nothing to say. Planet's also building for it since he's getting some good farm in the Spirit Breaker, so they will have Lincoln's to protect. And Shiro, he's going to go for his own itemization. Almost a butterfly. Showing some struggles here now with Noob. Every single time he jumps for something, it's actually turned on them.
It's been a tough game for him. Has not been able to have sort of that that jump surprise impact that he'd hoped for. And it only gets harder as the Tiny PSG.Lgd getting as much farm as they have on their cores. No longer really any target that's a clear jump for Noob. He's going to have to play for sort of crazy high ground defenses, get some sort of deep toss back on one of them.
Which they do have potential for, but it does feel almost necessary at this point. TA2000 to carry this by himself, definitely looking a little bit harder now, even though the Doom is so farmed. Seeing how much damage NTS dishes out, none of these heroes actually look tanky. Shiro,
they're going to make a bit of an effort to
he's got buddies.
tease with them. And
oh, the arrow's actually going to hit him. All of LGD is going to rally around him.
yeah, they're immediately going to group up around Shiro, so Quest, they won't be able to push and chase anything. And at the least, you know, they know Song's on cooldown for a couple of minutes.
Oh, and they're not finding any kills, though. I actually can't remember the last time that Quest got a kill. I think it was like 9 minutes ago or something onto Niu. It's just been LGD for quite some time here. Space being given for the Link. Yeah, Lincoln's one done. I believe Lincoln's 2 about to be done, and Lincoln's 3 probably soon on the horizon with the pace that this Naga Siren's able to find too.
Yeah,
Quest want to hit before that.
Oh, they do. They want to go before these items, go before the Songs back up.
They have to get some type of clean initiation from Noob with a global follow.
They need a core kill.
They sure do.
Core kill is not going to feel good for them.
Radiant
PSG.Lgd relatively grouped up. Tricky to get past this tier 2.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're not on the high ground anymore here, but and the tier 2.
They're smoked up themselves, PSG.Lgd.
Ooh. Who are they gonna see? They see Noob. They see Noob for a second. The charge is coming out.
They're going to start focusing towards the Tiny. Are Quest able to do anything with this information? That's the question. BKB will come off.
He's gonna get shredded.
Yeah, the focus fire from nothing to say leaves him no chance, and now it's just full retreat for Quest. They can't take a fight without their mid, especially in this deep area of the map. The rest of them, they'll back off.
Great awareness. The disengage, just quick, like little movements like that get you that wraparound perfectly there to find the Tiny again. That's 4 in a row. It feels like onto Noob. Every focus fire has been successful. And that was Quest. They were trying to hit and get some type of timing fight before all these Lincolns do come out, but I think that is going to be them, right? At least 2 of them done, almost a third. And a full Hex now on Niu. Extra forms of catch now for this Morphling. They're just causing more and more issues for TA2000. I think they know that this noob Tiny is just having absolutely no game.
Yeah,
it's just the Morph that is the issue at all now.
Yeah, and maybe a minor, because Amar's farm is still very, very good. He's got 3,200 gold. Queuing up the Shiva's Guard.
I mean, he hasn't. Oh, they're gonna see that one.
That was indeed on the mid wave.
That is a fresh one. The brand new BKB immediately gets used.
If anything, sort of fortunately for TA2000, it is around a time where Roshan will potentially respawn. So maybe PSG.Lgd don't just go straight to do anything about the BKB's on cooldown.
It's a long respawn. But then they could have just rushed if it was fast, right? Then they don't have BKB to fight it, but yeah.
Yeah. I think PSG, they're not going to rush anything before they've found.
Oh no, don't do him like this.
The impact move. Oh.
Well, it happens.
Bullying.
That's. We haven't seen it do him either, right? This game.
No, I don't. No.
Nope,
No,
30 minutes.
It's been full farm mode for Amar.
Yep.
Which is paying off, you know, literally. He's got a lot of money.
Yep.
He's nearly got a Shiva's Guard. They'll actually go for the smoke beforehand.
They're going to try again.
Because they know potential for Roshan to be up. They do not want to let PSG.Lgd have this for free.
But they do not have BKB more for
30 seconds. It's definitely going to be a bit awkward if they find themselves in a fight and TA2000 hasn't got that backup ready to press.
I feel like they have to catch nothing to say. I feel like that's got to be the initiation. He's doing way too much.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, that's the first Doom.
It happens to the best of us. As, yeah. I mean, they must be feeling the pressure this game.
It does seem
That's
like
one of those mistakes that you only make if things are feeling kind of tense.
I mean, nothing has worked out for them in this game with, like, literally, Noob bought Blink Dagger, and the game went downhill after he got the Blink, just because he wasn't able to find
I think, if anything, they sort of kind of confused themselves then, right, because they were smoked and moonlighted. So Amar didn't realize that the smoke hadn't come off him because he was invis as well. So he assumed he was just invis, so he's like, okay, my smoke's dispelled, so this is real.
Justified.
But
anyway,
I mean, that's definitely what happened.
That is definitely what
he was moonlighted and smoked, so he didn't realize that the smoke had not come off him. He was like, I just look like this because I'm still moonlighted. But indeed, the smoke had not come off him.
And you know what? Silver lining. Doom's going to be back up almost when Roshan is, I guess. So could potentially still look to take a fight there.
As you know. And at least,
It happens.
at least for TH2000, he'll be able to have a bit of a laugh back.
Yeah.
Because when TH2000 put the BKB in the mid, Amar was like spamming the laughter
Yep.
voice lines. So, TH2000 probably gets a little giggle back at him. He's like, bro, what are you doing?
They have some. They're definitely like very close friends. I've actually seen them like hanging out quite a bit here, and I love the way that they definitely give each other shit for problems. There's definitely a team that does that.
Yeah. But yeah, they're definitely fortunate that the Roshan was the longer respawn.
It
They
was.
might actually still have a bit of time to go for another move like that, Quest Esports. Roshan's going to be back up now, of course.
Shiro, he's still deciding. He's just switching between Lincolns and Hex. I think he might feel like the two Lincolns that they already have on the Spirit Breaker and the Wind Ranger might just be enough, and just getting more and more control to just make sure this Morphling doesn't even do anything anyway. Roche, what's up? Should be able to just set this one up for free.
Doesn't look like Quest Esports are going to try and make another move out on the map in time. They'll just try and stabilize things around the base, keep their mid lane and their top lane pushed out as much as possible. And prepare themselves for the inevitable high ground defense against Psg.Lgd. This is going to be coming in now as the Aegis is claimed on Shiro. Nothing to say, we'll grab the cheese.
I'm always just like, it looked like the Wind Ranger was going to take it, but then, yeah, he just snatches it away. But maybe that was the initial.
They got a charge on Amar, but yeah, they'll stop that. They know that Amar's got backup around. And he is a hard kill. BKB, Shield Guard.
To an extent. If the Wind Ranger's there, definitely not.
I mean, yeah, if nothing to say is here, he's going to kill anyone. It definitely feels like that. There's just little things they can do to keep him off of his targets. And yeah, Aghanims for him, just 250 gold away on the Wind Ranger.
He's got it. So is his Bracer. Big timing. Psg.Lgd with this one. Potentially even, I mean, he doesn't have the slot actually on Shiro for the Hex, so can't actually buy that one. But they've got everything they need, it feels like, to still look to dominate these fights. And Noob, he has not progressed at all, really. It's like BKB Echo Saver, yes, but in terms of what this provides him inside of these fights, still feels rough for him. Last tier 2. Claiming the high ground. Wisdom Rune in about 30 seconds as well. And my favorite, the Dragon Scale Naga Siren. Probably gonna send multiple illusions all over the place to whittle stuff. Does lose the stats.
Radiant's top tower is under
Quest
attack.
considering a jump.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Set up with the Moonlight. He's
Good
to be
spot.
spotted though. Noob will be able to get the BKB off. Turns with a quick comment. They try
Song.
to burn through the Wind Ranger, but nothing to say. He's able to get away, and they're able to reset with this song. Do they want to get back in? They might with the Aegis and Cheese. They're still feeling pretty solid, but Global comes out after the song.
Okay.
Going to make things a
awkward.
bit more awkward for Psg.Lgd if they want to get back in on this. Planet
TA2000.
He'll get the BKB off. They'll charge across him. He's able to put the mantle. They force him back to safety. He's trying to escape this TA2000. They'll probably have to bail. Let the supports die. Corey
Jackal.
get caught. Amar, he'll also get clipped off to the side. He didn't manage to get the BKB off. He's caught by the chain stuns. Amar's out for 70.
Awkward jump for Quest. Psg.Lgd just played cool. A great song again from Shiro. And they used a bunch there too. They were trying to go for this fight, but super awkward with the initiation.
They can push the base now, get the damage done. Psg.Lgd, they've still got the Aegis and the Cheese. This top Rax is in trouble.
There's no BKB Tiny, there's no BKB Morphling. How do they push them off of this? Noob maybe trying to find an angle for some weird kind of toss-back play, but
A Planet, he's
Planet
just
is
straight
in.
in. He's going to charge straight across over towards Corey. Corey's able to step back. Nothing to say. He just goes in to finish off the kill. Doesn't
Ooh.
get caught by this time. This is a pretty deep
gone.
but nothing to say. He's going to pay with his life.
oh, that's a huge kill. They gotta
Ooh.
run.
Oh, they get a bit too deep with that one. I mean, to step forward now outside the base, they might be able to get more. They get White. Smart. That's the gem on the deck as well.
They're gonna look for more.
They certainly are. They're going to keep this chase going. See if they can find Shuri's got the song back up.
Great song. Ooh, the arrow! Oh my god.
Oh, goodness, it nearly caught him, but
You
he'll be
scared-
able to get away there.
You kind of scared the crap out of me. Oh, that was close. Hey, get out.
Well, and the barracks actually is still taking quite a bit of damage here from the illusions, but they won't quite die. So the melee racks stay alive.
It's expensive buybacks, though.
And
It
we'll
was
see
a
that
Mars.
again. As indeed, very close. Okay.
Could have been closer, but very close.
Could have been closer, but it's close nonetheless.
It still got us off our seats there.
So yeah, melee racks remains alive. They do actually use the two buybacks.
Two buybacks.
Amar
Yeah,
and Corey buying back in that sort of situation. But it does push back Psg.Lgd, keeps the game going here for Quest.
Mar just can't get these Doom connections over and over again. Just unable to versus the just the coverage. I mean, Shiro, an excellent performance. Every single one of these songs.
Yeah,
has
Shiro's doing
been perfect.
phenomenal. He's,
Yeah.
you know, the way that he's pushing with the team, he's been farming in the early game. Very few mistakes being made. This is Shiro kind of full force here on his Naga Siren, 305, perfect farm.
Probably telling Zhao, never pick me, the anti-mage in the first two
Actually,
again. Just
yeah.
pick me on the Naga Siren, because this hero,
Yeah.
it's risen toward the latter half of this tournament, and it's had some really good success and some really good answers, in particular to the Morphling.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Quite
are
quite
under
indeed the comparison between what he was doing on AM and compared to what he was able to do this game. Very, very different
Yeah.
stories here from Shiro.
We get the do we have the bounty ruin indicator as well too, if we could get for it? Because I feel like I've seen them pick up, I want to say, a majority of them. I mean, most of the map control has been on the side of Psg.Lgd, but even in the relative early game, around like the first 18 minutes, I was watching Planet and YU Smile claiming pretty much every single one of these, and that does accrue quite a lot. It's 11k gold lead. You know, they have 7,000 gold from those bounties.
So Psg.Lgd want to try and go for another push. Of course, they no longer have that Aegis or cheese, so
Aegis is 10 seconds also, it's sticking out.
yeah, it's got to be gone before the next move.
For Quest, it's all TA 2000, right? If they can get that supporting cast to buff them up. I've been clicking around seeing like where the drums and the spirit vessels and, or the solar crest in particular, because you want to throw everything you can onto TA 2000. They will have a Lotus Orb that's finished up on Omar from earlier.
Oh, we've got the Axon Shiro here.
Axon Shiro, so looking to, I mean, it's this like flank surrounding of these illusions plus this Visage that comes in. Raxes continue getting whittled down. Full Aghanims also for the Spirit Breaker, support scaling.
These BKBs are no longer going to make Quest Esports feel as safe as they may have before. Lots of ways to mess around with them through that.
Charge is 8 seconds. He can just use it pretty freely to just break these Lincoln Spheres, or TA 2000's Lincoln Sphere in particular. West looking to try to catch something out here, but at the top, illusions.
Yeah, Mar's going to have to head back to deal with that one. Now
Shiro.
smoke comes out from Psg.Lgd. They know that Quest are likely to have been split up by the fact that they've had to go back for that defense.
Shiro did commit for his Aghanims. He's got this net through these BKBs as well.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
They might be able to get a catch here, Noob. Big wraparound. Look at Nothing to Say in Planet. Might find him again. And this is a gem on Noob.
Noob.
Oh,
He's going to get caught. He does get the avalanche off, so slows down a bit of the opening damage, but focus fires there. BKB, it's not going to save him. That's
Recover
indeed
their
gem. It's the deck. The Planet's able to grab that one. Corey.
another one. Oh my goodness. All right, that was way closer than the arrow.
That was close.
That one was 0.1 probably.
Corey gets out, but now without Noob for a minute. Of course, Spent Up does not have buyback. Psg.Lgd, a minute until we see when Roshan's back up, so they may just continue to hold the map until that one.
Nothing to Say has just had
It's
it
safe.
completely out for Noob this game. They just be a pickoff. 5 pickoffs, it feels like. 5 times this game, and it feels like it's been the determining factor of why Psg.Lgd have just been completely controlling the map.
Yeah, and their two supports, as you anticipated, you can see on the goal, they are scaling an absolute treat.
They can just continue to itemize to now deal with, you know, the Morphling over and over again. Another Lincoln's being queued up even on the Pugna, if he wants to go down that route. Might just be able to go for a Hex also.
Tier 2000 is
Still big, but
still getting all his items. Sells the treads, picks up his next few items. He's got the completed Silver Edge, the completed Satanic.
just can't focus fire these targets easily, especially not versus all these summons that are kind of just wrapping around. He doesn't have MKB either. He doesn't have the slots to be able to answer all these problems of the win run and also this evasion that's coming out from Shiro. How's Amar doing? I mean, it's just farm. Actually queuing up Boots of Travel too. They're just getting whittled down. The Raxes are dropping. Up melee. Yeah, Shiro, he did the, so he was using ninja gear to set up, and then he swaps the dragon scale back into his inventory, just so he can whittle down these Raxes, these illusions, just having that extra little burn effect. It adds up. Quest is feeling forced to go out, otherwise they're just going to get megaed.
Yeah, and they want to take this fight before Psg.Lgd has the freedom to go for Roche.
It's a full Satanic on the Morphling. He will show himself.
Double
Trickster
damage.
Cloak now, up on TA 2000.
Moonlight.
Just passing in the night. Nothing to say with the DD.
Noob's going to try and drop him. They're going to see if they can burst the win range, and they can't quite.
song
Gonna live.
again.
Shiro, he's ready to turn this around. They've caught the three of them. They're getting the familiars in position. Shiro, illusions are out. They'll try to go for tier 2000. Tier 2000 spots the BKB, gets clipped by the charge through from Planet.
LGD's disengaging. They don't want to fight this.
They don't want to. They respect the power of Quest here.
Quest has the vision advantage. They got that ward on the high ground. They saw that pesky Pugna. Even though a beautiful song from Shiro, disengage, GD doesn't want to take the fight around.
Yeah, I mean, sort of surprised they didn't want to. I mean, what is it that they're so scared of from Quest right now that they really respect in that situation, even if they have that song set up?
They didn't get a pick off in particular, right? Like, usually I feel like every single one of these, they just kill Noob right at the start of the fight. This one, not. So they're just wanting to play it as safe as possible, wait for this Pugna to come back.
Yeah, I guess they feel they don't need to fight, right?
Probably.
They know they've got the lead. There's no need to take any risks. They can continue this, kind of chip pressure with the illusions down the lanes.
Missay again, getting gone on.
This time, it does connect.
Shield ruined, it's tanking him up.
But not going to be enough,
Not enough.
to survive as TA
Another catch.
tears him apart. They head over towards Planet. I'm starting to see why they didn't want to fight this, Fogters.
He got the Doom.
They're getting destroyed. This time, Amar, there's no funny business with the illusions. He finds the real one.
Oh, it took them 25, 30 minutes or something to find this one, but they have swung at least that fight here. They've got a big momentum swing. Vrax's, I believe, bottom did drop, mid almost did too, but
Mid's nearly gone.
they did get the
But
big
not
pick.
quite. I mean, that's a huge fight. Triple
massive.
kill for TA2000. He's closed that gap on Shiro. Roshan's up. They're going to be able to take this as well.
My God, Quest.
We'll see this again. I mean, nothing to say. I guess he felt pretty invincible with the shield rune, and he did tank a lot of damage.
The win run was on, but once it wears off,
He just gets completely annihilated by TA2000, and then just the snowball. Amar, good awareness, heads over towards Shiro, is able to catch him.
oh, did I see that? Okay, wait, I need to click Amar. Does he have? He does. Okay, I was like, what broke the Lincolns? He does have the purge. Because they had thrown a Lincolns onto him from earlier. And another catch, perhaps. Boots of Travel 2. It's on Amar. They're looking for another one.
They're probably going to get it. The Shiva's Guard's there. Why you smile? He's up on the high ground, trying to heal up. But he will not survive. Noob and Amar get another.
And they get the Roche in the meantime, and that's the third one too, right? Was it? Yeah, it was. So, an Aghanims. Oh my goodness. Give that one to Noob. He's been struggling.
I think so, right? I mean, he's got the Iron Straight, he's picked up the Silver Edge,
Actually-
he's got the Echo Saber.
Maybe you give it to Amar. But Amar is so farmed.
Oh, Amar would
Amar's is
be...
probably a little bit better because then he doesn't have to worry about the Lincolns and stuff like that. They might be debating and talking about it.
I think
you might give it to
to Amar.
Okay.
I think
But
Amar.
Noob's never going to be able to farm it. Amar's going to be able to farm his. So maybe they're debating about it, but we'll see.
Are fortified.
I think you probably give it to Amar.
And you might be right,
Right, you know?
regarding
I
the
mean,
farm
we'll
situation. Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah, he's printing money anyway, Amar. But yeah, we're seeing that whole lead from Psg.Lgd. It slipped
Gone.
away,
It's totally gone.
and
Now TA2000, he does have the Aghanims. Or sorry, the MKB. So he ate his Aghanims. Sure, he doesn't have slot for it right now, but now hits level 25. Psg.Lgd. Gotta be careful in these next few moments now.
they're going to be shaken up real bad up.
They
That situation down bottom. That's
They still can get the
quite
megas.
the hit.
Yeah, they still can finish off the Mega Creeps though. I'm
Sure.
just watching these illusions.
I mean,
just
they've got
running
to
in.
deal with this push coming in on the bottom. Quest.
They have to look to take a fight at some point, LGD, if TA2000 is going to do this.
Barracks are under attack.
Yeah, they've nearly got that mid melee racks with this Dragon Scale push.
I mean, Dragon Scale so cheap.
How's the Dragon Scale going to get it? No.
The next one
This
will.
will. So they finish up the melee racks bottom, but they're losing their own racks here. So they've finished up the melee racks mid, but they're losing their own racks here on the bottom lane. The toss back onto Planet.
Lincolns?
They will protect him.
It's all right.
Damage has been done though, as that bottom set fully taken out.
Holy moly. TA2000, he's just spending his gold. He's like, I'm critical mass, baby.
He's doing it all. Hasn't died this game. 8-0-5. Despite all the pressure, despite the situations where they've been losing their own barracks, he hasn't taken any unnecessary fight.
Still clicking around. Where's the Aghanims? Did he just sell it, I guess? I guess then maybe they talked about it and he just... Wait.
No, because where's his money then?
No, that thing where you consume and then you get the gold back, right?
Yeah, but if he did that, what did he spend the gold on?
MKB.
He already had the MKB.
No, he bought it.
Oh, he had the MKB when he had the Aghanim still in his backpack.
Am I drunk?
Yeah.
Maybe you confused me.
It went some. Is it on someone's courier or something?
No.
I mean, maybe he did do that then. But yeah, I don't know what he spent his money on. He already had all these items.
Pretty sure he did the thing.
Oh, he's in the base. He's in the base. What are you on about? It's on the floor in the base. Amar's gone back and he's picked
Wait, what? I checked the base. It wasn't there. Okay,
It was on someone's courier, so he forgot to, yeah. But no, it's all
Don't worry
good.
about it.
Amar has been indeed
I was like,
given the permission to take it.
I was like, I'm so confused right now. All right. Stupid casters. Amar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I was thinking that they might still give it to Noob just because of that farm thing, but it's definitely more valuable on him in the moment when he's able to take the fights versus these Lincolns.
Yeah, I mean, now he's just super massive. He's taken the top net worth, as Amar will be very happy to know. Most farmed in the game right now.
Only by a little. T2000 is
T2000 contending for that top spot, absolutely, and he didn't need the boost of the
and look at this.
Aghanim's blessing.
And now T2000's like, I'm going to be the illusion answer. But they're still, it's whittling. It is whittling and whittling and whittling.
I mean, they're making progress towards the mega creeps, whether Quest like it or not. You know, this melee Rax is probably going to go down.
We're probably going to see this move from the game afterwards, too.
The Dragon Scale.
Dragon Scale was buffed in 7.33C just a little bit, but I mean, I actually wonder, I mean, I'm not going to even say, do we have a stat to see how much afterburn damage on towers? I'm just kidding, of course, but it's done a lot.
It really has. 500 HP left in the melee. Rest will look
now
really heal up, but if they get any sort of pressure, any sort of opening, someone's going to get in there and get the mega creeps up for PSG.Lgd.
Yeah. But now it's still going to be now up to PSG taking the actual full team fight now at this point that everyone on Quest has gotten quite a big injection of gold after that last one. They'll find a Mar here, isolated.
Get back up. I mean, Noob's in with the gun. They get the burst on towards Nothing to Say. Nothing to Say is going to start falling pretty quickly as he's dead. They lose the Wind Ranger, and now Quest, they can chase for more. T2000 turns up, quick burst up towards Why You Smile, takes him out. Shiro will go for the song. Has got the TP, so he'll escape. Planet will manage to walk away.
The Rax was getting pushed.
They
actually
have
had
the
to
pop modification.
Yeah.
The next time round, the Megas, they feel inevitable.
Nope. They'll find another catch. It's on Planet.
And the gems on the ground. They'll be able to grab that for themselves. Now look, maybe push down a lane. See if they can even force out some of the buybacks from PSG.Lgd. Shiro, he's making quick moves down the mid.
That was without a Doom, by the way. He doomed the Lincolns that time around. They didn't need it. They were able to just stick onto Nothing to Say.
Illusions, they're coming for your base. They're coming for your barracks.
Kaori's like, don't leave it to me.
I think this might be the Megas, unless someone's able to get down it quick enough.
Nope.
Okay, don't clear them.
They're quick. The bots too, Amar. He detonates them.
They're living on the edge. Living on the edge here, Quest. But they seem quite firmly rooted on the edge here. As they're killing the heroes, no problem. They're holding on and they're growing the lead. They're now up a 12k advantage.
Creeps, I don't know if Creeps are going to win you the game this time around, PSG.Lgd. You're going to have to try to win a fight here at some point, even after you get these Mega Creeps, because they can fight them. Yeah, they're super prepared for these illusions. Might start seeing some wards be placed a little bit more outside the base too, just to catch when they're coming in. TA2000, how's his buyback looking? 600 gold. Everybody in the game has got buyback. What's the next item for Shiro? I guess it would be that Hex after he eats his Ags. Still curious why he did buy that Aghanims in the fights, but I guess it was just for some of these BKBs, but... Nothing to say. Has to be careful here. Amar doesn't get him. Oh, Noob sees him.
Could get the info to get back in onto this. Yeah,
he gives the info that Amar was charged.
Yeah. We'll be fine mid. Amar, now we've where do these builds continue to go? I guess he'll get rid of the Midas, get the refresher. TA2000.
They're thinking
the upgraded bots to look towards next.
Thinking about top. Can't quite get it.
And Nothing to Say he's finally got his BKB.
He's held the gold for quite some time. I guess he really wanted to just maybe have some type of buyback for a play, but yeah, held his gold forever. TA2000, I think he spent his gold again. Bots too?
Yeah, bots too. He just brought.
Yep.
He just brought the fully upgraded bots.
He has to answer this. Look at the birds even starting to get set up. Niu wants to get involved with the split push that comes out from the Naga.
I don't have any creeps with them now because Quest are doing a really good job of making sure that backdoor protection is consistently there. Keeping all the waves shoved out.
They want to fight. Shiro, they see him. Noob's in.
He's in with the BKB. He's able to jump forward, get the catch onto Shiro. Illusions will block the arrow. Noob, his BKB running out. Nothing to Say is going to try and temper the focus fire, but Noob gets forced back to safety. He's able to put the silver edge. He's going to be fine.
He's actually all right. Immediately, the Visage Birds and everything start looking for a chance to maybe try to push, but nope, they catch him. Quest doing a great job here, covering this last little Rax. PSG.Lgd definitely very hesitant to actually take any type of straight-up 5v5 engagements. They want to try to look for that next item. But is that next item going to pay off?
Yeah, quite a bit of a snipe there, unfortunately, for Corey. Will lose his courier.
That was a full Hex, huh?
Yeah, pretty much had it. Yeah, it's just a little bit of gold away from the Void Stone, so that'll be put on hold for 2 more, nearly 3 minutes.
He's somehow been able to farm quietly. I guess that's just the impact of the Philosopher's Stone in particular on him.
I mean, what is the game plan for Psg.Lgd? They must be feeling this right now. Like, how do they break out of this position? They're so close to getting the megas. They for the majority of this game, had the lead, but the last few fights, Quest Esports have been too much for them to deal with.
The fights just look complicated. They look quite difficult, as Noob is quite a force to be reckoned with at this point. And now Planet, he gets spotted.
And he's gone. I mean, they can make these moves with bots 2 on Amar.
Oh, they have 80 seconds, too. There's no buyback, actually, on this Spirit Breaker. And TA2000's in Spirit Breaker form. So if they find someone on side lanes, they can be 3 heroes almost instantly there.
Barracks are under attack.
So much farm. Amar got the refresher pretty much done. The bottom racks, they're whittling it. But they can't finish
They're
it.
not quite getting it. They're not quite getting it. I mean, Quest, they're just proven to be too good at turning up in time to defend this.
Hey, I mean,
I don't think these sort of pushes are ever going to get it. I mean, they're going to have to go for something a bit more full-on, a bit more heavier if Psg.Lgd actually want to force these megas.
Oh, and this is where Quest thrives. They want a 2-hour game.
53 minutes in, they're just getting comfortable now.
These are going to be some crazy, maybe 10-on-10 fights that might kick off pretty soon here. Quest.
They're fighting around the vision to get the ward down on the cliff. They are going to have Amar get caught by the initial hex.
They're on Shiro.
Runners out. See the bots 2's coming in from TA2000. They'll take out Why You Smile.
Shiro
is coming out immediately from Why You Smile. Mar's going to opt for the BKB TP out. He's away before the net comes in from Shiro. Look at the silence of the TA2000, but he still has the BKB. Shiro keeping his distance.
Nope. He'll find Niu, though.
Shikori getting chased down by Nothing to Say.
And TS might get set on to TA2000. What the?
He turns the Wind Rage. He turns to the Wind Rage. He gets the shackle, but the song's there.
Arrow
is going to connect this time. As it catches Nothing to Say, avalanche from Noob as he's able to fight on with the BKB. Wave 4 for TA2000. They can look to chase down Shiro. Shiro's able to put the illusion to dodge the shackle shot. The illusions are out as well.
He can't
but
run.
He's completely surrounded. Shiro's going down as well.
Oh, holy shit. Did you see this angle on the shackle? What is that? TA2000.
Yeah, he's in his element here on the morph.
Oh my goodness. These fights just looking ever impossible. They're too tanky. Amar, he finds the real hero. He finds Shiro. The fight's like panic quickly from Psg.Lgd.
Now check this out again on the replay.
Oh my god. I
whole
mean,
move around there. You know, we saw Psg.Lgd hesitating. They knew with 2 heroes down, this already going to be hard. TA2000 turning into the Wind Ranger. Shackle shot against them. Arrow to follow up. No escape for Nothing to Say. And no escape for Shiro. This has got to be rough for Psg.Lgd. It felt like they were in a great spot. They took so much from Quest Esports, but they didn't take everything.
they didn't take enough.
And now Quest Esports down the mid.
It was what? It was like literally that one kind of go. It was like 30 minutes almost of LGD dominance in the one fight. It's like a 9-10K swing.
I got a cheese pass over to TA2000 as well.
They might look to close.
They might get some buybacks
At least some
coming out
buybacks.
for them. I mean, they could certainly put the pressure onto the tier 4s. Here they go. The first buyback to come through from Shiro. Rory now having his hex delivered. And they'll settle for just the melee racks mid. Progress to be made here by Quest.
So much damage done. Where's the damage from Psg.Lgd? NTS completely has stagnated after having such a good showing in the mid game. As you said, just one fight from Quest. A decisive one around Roche. And speaking of Roche, it's back up. Refresher shard.
Yeah, and it's really just sort of been a switch around in terms of impacts from the mid. As you say, Nothing to Say having the good opening, the good start, but I think Noob, he went from something like
Clutch
2,
stuff.
5, and 3 to now like 5, 5, and 13.
Yeah.
Now these last few jumps, just getting him with the BKB, being able to play around the Song of the Siren and stopping it from being a successful defensive spell for Shiro, it's got them these huge kills.
And you can't not highlight that TA2000 has not died this
still,
game.
yeah.
11, 0, and 8.
And he knows it. He's like, well, as soon as I'm not dying, I might as well treat myself to a rapier.
He's
doing it up.
He's been spending his gold consistently. Like, he's very
No, I'm not
confident that he
dying.
doesn't have to go
Got it.
for these buybacks. After,
Yep.
like, after they got that first big fight. The catch?
They
Boom.
got him. They're in the
Shiro.
Shiro, is there any saving him? There is not. He's completely surrounded. Shiro's out of the game for 2 minutes.
That's without TA2000.
I mean, at this point, it's just falling apart for Psg.Lgd. They'll try for Corey. Corey will get chased down onto the high ground. They've got
found
the
it,
silencer,
yes.
but they're losing their Wind Ranger. Nothing to Say. Taken down. He at least has the luxury of buyback. And Why You Smile and Shiro, they do not.
They're even looking to cut off the Spirit Breaker, who is attempting to charge the mid lane. 90 seconds. No Naga Siren. Niu, good luck cutting these waves. Good luck pushing them out with the familiars. They might just run down mid. Got them actually drawing on the side lanes. All right, so they're maybe worried about bottom. So push out top, push out bottom. But 80 seconds, no Naga sign. When he respawns, Doom's back up. Amar has 10,000 gold.
TH1000 is still ahead of him.
Okay, so they're going down mid. They're shoving the laves with the 2 Boots of Travel heroes. They're buying back on Kaori. They're ending this.
What can they do 3 versus 5? I mean, Psg.Lgd, they were barely able to do anything. 5 versus 5, 2 heroes down. It's not going to be easy. We'll see nothing to say. Step forward, he's caught by the
Hex.
avalanche. The Hex for Corey. They got the lockdown on and nothing to say. Jump forward, he's out of the game. No buyback for him. Same to be said for Planet. Okay, Planet does have buyback.
But that's it.
They'll tap out. It's over. GG is called. Quest take this game too. I mean, wow.
That was amazing. That really was such an amazing game.
They do it both ways in this series, right? The question
Sure
like,
do.
well, we'll give you a nice quick game, we'll show you complete domination, and then you know what? We'll give you a bit of a late game comeback. 57 minutes in, Psg.Lgd not able to close it up against them. They got so close. That melee racks, that was for so long. Quest were able to keep that up, make sure they never got mega creeped, and then it just got to these fights at the end of the day that Psg.Lgd, they could never take them. I mean, Shiro's farm, it was pretty
very good.
early to mid-game. I mean, he ends 3, 3, and 6. He wasn't able to do nearly enough with the amount of money he had in comparison to just these cores on Quest Esport.
I mean, it all felt like it did come down to one fight that Quest was able to find after losing a ton of map control for what felt like 30 minutes. Right at that 40-something minute mark it was. They hit, and they hit so hard. They get that, they get the Roche. TA2000 spends his gold, then they get back-to-back catches. Damn.
Yeah,
Quest is such a treat to watch.
12-0-11 on TA2000. I mean, this guy's morphling. You can't ask for more. I didn't die, of course, the whole series.
I cannot believe
when you had that first game 1-0-5, and they couldn't even kill the carry once this series, folks, and even in a game that was 57 minutes long.
And they tried to counterpick it too. They tried to go for some type of pressure stuff in the lanes.
This was first pick carry both games. First pick carry both games TA2000, and they can't kill him. Not even once. Not even once. I mean, Quest Esports, they might have been knocked down into the lower bracket, but they're going to be they're looking to go far. This could be quite the low bracket run from these guys now because this series is insane.
This series is insane, and I really do. You know, I love watching all these teams, but hope that Quest makes it to the finals.
With performances like this, they're going to be quite the scary team to be up against. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Quest Esports today 2-0 against Psg.Lgd as they'll be moving on.
2-0 from Quest Esports. Bali, give it up for Quest Esports. What a team. What a victory. What a game. Y'all are just making a habit out of these insane comebacks. Like, talk to us about it, right? The last time that you had a crazy game, y'all said, guys, we're younger than them. We can outlast them. What is the conversation like this time around?
I mean, first of all, my team is such a beast. They're so confident. Like, they always think what to do, and they speak it very they're very vocal about it. So I always know what to do. We always have a plan, and we always go for it. I mean, in that 2 hours game, we didn't really have a plan, but this time it was better, yeah.
So this time around, you guys were dealing with a lot of rat, a lot of split push, some dragon scale Naga Siren shenanigans, which are really, really annoying. So what was the plan? Talk to us about that. Who said what? How to deal with this kind of annoyance in the game?
4 of us saying, Ammar, please deal with base. Ammar saying, guys, help me, please. I can't deal with base. That was the conflict. And then we just managed to not let Naga take the racks, and we went from there.
So this is, for most of you guys, your first big LAN, right? And now, obviously, congratulations, top 4 experience.
Thank you.
How have you guys prepared for that, for the kind of pressure that it takes to play the best teams in the world, but also not be scared? Have you had a conversation on what to do mentally to prepare for this?
To be honest, like we said earlier, we didn't really have high expectations. We're just coming to play our Dota, enjoy, have fun. But it turned out we are kind of pressured, not sure how. We're dealing with it, like every match we're improving, and we're dealing with it mentally and Dota-wise. And yeah, I hope we keep improving, and we might have a chance to go to TI.
Yeah, speaking of which, y'all are top 4 right now. If you win 2 more series, just 2, right? Then all of a sudden you find yourself participating in the international. So now what, right? If you don't win that series, obviously you're still going to be good for the qualifiers back home. But come on. Are you scared of any of the teams that are left?
I mean, EU teams we respect a lot because in our eyes we respect them and we think they're the best teams. We respect everyone equally, and we will. it's more about us than about them for us. It's if we play our Dota and we play good, we will win anyone. That's Dota, I think.
So one last question, right? Your team is one of the most aggressive teams, especially like Kaori is always playing super far forward from the rest of the squad. Do you guys ever panic when you click on him, you see 0-10 at 15 minutes? Do you ever say, hey man, maybe play a little bit more safe, or do you just trust that no matter what, he's going to make it work?
No, Kaori is such a beast. He can do whatever he wants, and we just trust him because he's a really good player. So we just trust him, whatever he does.
Whatever he does, it seems like y'all are just trusting each other no matter what. Congratulations, and 2 more series before we maybe see you at the International. You still have to play 1 more tonight, so good luck, have fun. I'll let you go prepare for that one. Bali, give it up one more time for Omar and for Quest Esports.
Thank you.
Whew. Guys, panel, please tell us what the hell we just witnessed.
Thank you very much there.